So Record of Ragnarok is an anime series that is a battle royale of the gods versus humans. So in this case, we take a lot of gods from Greek mythology and also Norse mythology and pit them against mankind. So this is basically the battle for humanity, because if the humans don't win, then they'll be eliminated. And so that's really the simple story. Now, getting into the things that I did like about this anime series is the overall action itself. And so in this case, you are going to have battles with gods like Zeus or with Thor versus, humans, some of which you recognize, like, say, Jack the Ripper, or in some cases, even Adam itself. And so those are things that are very interesting. And whenever they get to the action itself, I think it's done very well, and at the same time, it really takes a lot of the traits of these characters into consideration, because you see a lot of their abilities shown here. And then the second thing that I did enjoy about this is just the overall fact that you have gods versus humans. And so within a lot of these battle royale animes, they put a lot of, mystical, otherworldly contestants against each other, and I think this is like at the ultimate level, because it is gods versus humans, as ridiculous as that sounds. It really is a fun time whenever it gets to it, and at the same time, it just has this overall scale that you wouldn't really get if it's just humans versus humans. And then the final thing that I enjoyed about this is the fact that the animation itself, I think it's pretty solid throughout the 12 different episodes. Even though it's not at the top tier of animation that I've seen, I think what was done here really helped to serve the overall action and story. And this is something that is very easy to watch overall. For serious YouTubers, check out TubeBuddy, the premier tool news at geekoutdoors.com. Get more done today by checking out the affiliate link in the description area below. Now, getting into the things that I didn't like about Record of Ragnarok is the fact that even though the battles were really cool, the action is great, they also spend a lot of times giving you backstory of the characters, which is important. However, a lot of times it overall stops the momentum of the fights. And a lot of times I just wanted to see them get to the fights. And so in some other battle royale animes that I've seen, they did a better job of going back in between the backstory and also the action at the present moment. In this case, it's like a break, so they'll spend a lot of times going over the backstory, then they'll spend time with the action, and then they'll go back to the backstory instead of mixing it in together. And so I particularly like that style better, because you're not spending too much time getting away from the main part of this, which is the action. And then the other thing that I didn't enjoy as much is the simple fact that the human characters, the ones that the gods are battling, they're not as interesting as the gods themselves. Because the gods, you have, people like Zeus, Thor, Poseidon, there's Odin, and many other characters in here. And even though all of them don't fight in this original first season, there's just a lot more things that I would expect to see there in terms of like, this is what they could do, because about these godlike characters, versus the humans, where I'm just like, they're not really that interesting overall. And then the final thing that I didn't enjoy about the series is the fact that it's a very unbelievable story that doesn't have a lot of explanation. Like, how can these human characters actually even go up against these godlike characters? And they do allude to that a lot in this series, where it's like, these are gods, these are humans, even though they're kind of spraying the Valkyries and how to give them additional powers. It just doesn't make sense overall, especially when you actually consider how powerful these gods are. They are gods. And so if you actually don't think about too much about that, then I think you enjoy it more. But at least for me, I would have liked a lot more backstory behind how this actually went about, and how these humans are even able to survive against a battle with actual gods. So those are my thoughts of Record of Ragnarok. I think it is a fun series. It is a good battle royale anime, and I am looking forward to maybe future seasons as we get more of these other characters that have yet to battle. So if you actually had any thoughts on this, be sure to leave that in the comments area below. And if you did want to see more of my anime series or movie reviews, I do have an entire playlist. I'll leave that in the description area as well. So as always, if you did get value out of these videos, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. And if you're a creative geek like me, and you want to get exclusive access to more content that I don't put out here publicly on my YouTube channel, then join my Gold Content Creators group, where you're going to get content like this and more for all the creative geeks out there. And the best part is, all of this is free. Simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and sign up for my Go Content Creators group.